Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This is a channel for educations and technology only. So this is the first video I made since we all migrate to this my blog here. So this is my private blog. It's no longer owned by any other people because I pay for this blog. So number one thing is that I like to make this place like a university. It is away from other agenda, but educations and technology. So you and I, we can discuss rationally based on evidence, historical evidence, and science and physics and sports science without getting into other stuff. Okay, so this is an education channel. And we want to be a good citizen, a responsibility citizen. We want to do everything according to law, so we don't create problem for the society. And also, we are here, we are not promoting violence of you fight me, I fight you, who is the number one fighter. We don't promote that. We only investigate on the technology and the educations and the culture of Wing Chun and Chinese culture, ancient Chinese culture and Buddhism and the Qigong, so forth. So we want to set this goal really clearly, and we do not against anybody. Okay? So it is true that we don't feel good when we are mistreated, like in these few days. However, we must remember, we want to use our energy in a positive way. Let's not against anybody. Let's not make it become a group that like a cult. Let's make it a real educational, like the college, like people can discuss technological stuff, and we put our energy on solving problem, being constructive and positive, so that everybody benefit in our daily life and benefit the society. So let's not get into those against things and negativity. As I mentioned in the past video on the fake gurus and the scam, there are many people, they are simply ignorant. So we don't want to blame on people, to against people. Even some people are evil, because we don't want to waste our energy there. We want to put all our energy only on good things. That's how this world built up. So we need to be able to let go and just go concentrate on the thing. So in today's world, nobody can stop or can block the truth or the reality. You look at that. The 1850 Xu Lim Tao survived the cultural revolutions of China when things wipes up, but it makes its way to California, Silicon Valley. That says something, isn't it? So nobody can block out stuff, okay? Because we are no God. We cannot play God. And also, all those ancient Chinese books, and more, as I usually show you guys, we found it. That also is the heaven's will. Not to mention, even in the West, we have researchers like Patrick McCarthy here doing research. We have the people in judo in judo who make scientific study where you see all this thing scientific. We have monks who translate the Chinese Buddhist meditation scriptures. So, and we have like Mr. Nan Huaijing is describing and explaining what's going on with the ancient Chinese culture. Today we have a lot of information. Nobody can just shut things down by their power. It is not that era anymore. True. At the Ming Dynasty, the beginning of the Ming Dynasty, the emperor, because he had fear on the people, study Buddhism. Guess what he do? He messed up the esoteric Buddhism of the China. However, you cannot mess everything up. That part of Buddhism now is in Japan, very completely preserved there, and it survived and is alive. So we are just human. The heaven was not going to let us to screw things around. So we better put our mind, our energy on this thing, which is helping people. You see so many authors here, they are helping people. Okay? So that's what we want to go. We want to let the entire world know that this thing exists. This is a part of our civilizations. We are not subject to be controlled by AI. If we have this playing with the like or dislike and control and so forth, and then using everything to try to control something or censor something, then one will subject into the AI control world some days. Why? Because one there to destroy our ancient human civilizations for one's benefit. If one do research on this thing, all this author, they are not going to destroy world. This is from 1930s. They are not going to destroy world. These are good people. So this is what we want to learn from. Okay. Today it is an entire world citizen. Okay, so we serve everybody in a humanistic way. And for the social media, whatever people do, same with these textbooks. This book is in Amazon and many of you guys have it already. Nobody can censor all this information. And these books actually can be verified by these books. That is the key. So we don't make anybody God here. I am not the God. I am not the what do you call it, the grandmaster. We want to run it as an education system in the university. Everybody can have their place to be good at. You see, there's so many authors here for past 100 years. So by the way, this book is from 1930s, about 100 years ago. So there are all those heroes with their names where we don't know, but they contribute. We want to be like that. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. So next time we're going to discuss on, or I'm going to share with you on topics, technical topics, non-political, We don't want to do political stuff here because this is not the place for it. And I don't like that because that's not my goal. We're going to examine technical by technical. One thing which is I want to brought out and emphasize here is this, at least for now. We all have to live and we all have to work. Especially when we go after 40 years old. So as in the what do you call it, the Wing Chun Inceptions, the book, the reason why start from chapter 5, all the details of this following natural and then the chi and so forth is put there because those are really critical. Those are the fundamental, the foundations of the Chinese culture. For thousands of years, those things are the stuff which is helping people to live better, to have better body. And actually, as you can see in the H model, where it is directly related to this lower zone, or in today's sports science, this recovery zone. That is very important. And also, because we can get access to these ancient books, we know what is the difference between today's sports science, like the aerobic and the recovery training, and the Chinese, the Qi training. Okay, they are different. They have different characteristics. We want to know that, and only we know that we can retrieve it. We can benefit everybody, and we can look at that and know that that is what is within Wing Chun anyway. We just have to unwrap it, decode it, and we know, and we can use it. Only this way it is positive and constructive for everybody. So I hope here on we have our own domain to do our own stuff. We hope that the public media people understand and respect what we are doing and leave us alone. Okay? Because we want to be a responsibility and a good citizen. We obey the law, we accord to the law, the legal. Okay? So we have our domain here on, and we need to know one thing. Disregard we like it or we don't like it or whatever. We never want to against anybody. We just want to do good. Okay? Because that is what matters for our energy. We don't live long in this earth. The most is 100 years. Those against stuff is no point. Like this book I shared with you just now. This is about 100-year books. This book was hidden in the pillow for about 2 decades before it's published. It's hidden in the pillow so that in the cultural evolution it is not destroyed. Okay? So that is a record here. So this book was written 1962 May, and then it was not published until 24 years later. Okay, so it was written 1962 May. It was not published until 1983 July. People do this for Chinese culture. And we want to do it for every culture. That is the way how we want to use our energy and the mind.